Hello, everyone. Let me know if the audio level is good. I swapped back to the paid account. I swapped back, so we shouldn't have ads anymore. Hello, hi. Hi, buds. Paid account on Spotify because we had that we had that really good day where I was like, nice. Music like usual, but I had swapped accounts. And so if you don't have a paid Spotify account, you get ads. So there's that. That's a thing that happens occasionally. Is fine. Okay. Nice. Good. Here's the only thing about the new headphones. Oh, there we go. They don't blast. They don't crank the way that the ones that were plugged in did. But that's okay. I had to leave early, have Peglin go. Like, did we beat it? We did not beat it. If that's your question. We did not beat Peglin. I came to give a morning smooch and now I pass out. Thank you, Summer. Sleep. Catching the start for the second day in a row. Crushing it. Hell yeah. I'm running into lots of issues with these things. I like them for their purpose. They're great. For the purposes of like using I don't know how else to put that. Using my fingers in like normal finger ways. I run into a lot of issues. Like, say for example, just as a hypothetical, say that I was like, you know what I'd like to do is put my hair in a ponytail. These stick to your hair. The act of like trying to pull hair through a hair tie, not smooth. But that's, you know, we're learning. We're trying to figure out whether or not these are a good option. So too much stiction. Yeah, basically that. Oh, Astra! I'm very happy for you. Oh, bless Free, who is doing mod interviews in Discord all day. Blessings to Free. We appreciate you so much. Don't forget to tweet. Yes, good call, especially given the sitch. I yawned. I had the audacity to yawn a few minutes ago in front of my kid. And she goes, "Mommy, you're not tired." And I was like, "Am I not? When did I sleep, Clark? When's the last time I slept, Clark? Could you tell me? When did I sleep?" And she was like, "You slept at bedtime." I was like, "No, I did not, because somebody was coughing for about 4 hours after bedtime." And she was like, "Oh, that was me." I was like, "I know." It's like, "So we were both awake." And she was like, "Yeah, but then you gave me medicine." And I was like, "Yes. And then you fell asleep. And then what did I do?" And she was like, "Then you went to work." I was like, "I sure did." Are you under the impression I've slept? And she was like, "Mommy, you should sleep." And I was like, this took such a heel turn. It went from, "Mommy, don't act like you're tired," to, "Mommy, why aren't you sleeping?" It's like, all right, okay. A bonus. These are very fun to type with on your fingers for whatever reason. Mom just sleep, LOL. I know. So, the reason that I was late, I just feel like I deserve to know because it's wholesome in the end. The reason that I was late today was not oops, dooger fell asleep. It was not that. What it was is Sam said, hey, my brother and I are going to take the kids to the zoo today. And then you can work, and then when you're done working, you can just sleep. And I was like, that's great. That's great. I love that. Thank you. That sounds fantastic. That's so good. That's great. So they're doing a little dad trip with the kids. Adorable. But then getting them out the door, I was under the impression that it was still about 5 minutes to 1. And then once they were finally gone, and I was like, all right, let's get to work. I looked at my phone. I was like, it's 1:20. So annoyed with myself. So I'm very sorry for the lack of communication. I did not think it was as late as it was. So I had to do the walk of shame up the stairs and start my stream. But yeah, I basically haven't slept. Clark finally got to sleep after all of the coughing. Clarky finally got to sleep, and I got about an hour before my alarm for Neon Divide went off. Very cute.
Hi, Malika.
Classic 5-minute activity taking 30 minutes. Yeah. It was one of those. How was Mayor Moral? I'm still not Mayor Moral. That's still pipe dream. But do you remember how I was like, what winds up happening is basically right before session every week, we get some sort of an announcement, like an in-character announcement that's meant to be like an email or something, from one of the other characters that heads something up. So that happened. And in the email it said something like, if you are interested in the mayoral position, then find somebody who is on the already existing list of people who are going to make up the council, and basically show your interest. So that's what I did. But hilariously, the person that I actually talked to about it was on the council and no longer is. No, not me. My mushroom me. Mushroom me is gonna be a mayor. Maybe. We'll see. I love having to differentiate. It never stops being funny. I know. Yerp. Yeah, I got to do a mission. I did the mission. Oh my god. And it was, how you guys were goofing that it was an escort mission? It actually was an escort mission. It was me and Hadwin, being botany kids. Hadwin, remember yesterday I was like, I don't know if the Wasteland has a person with high botany. It is Hadwin. People were right. Hadwin has botany 4 and I have botany 3. So Hadwin is my superior, if you want to think of it that way. But anyways, it was basically us on the fly, what's the word I'm looking for? Improvising the idea of trying to figure out as much as we could about a plant while zombies were fucking everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It was horrifying. It was legitimately super scary because I've never been on a mission before. And at one point, like, they kept being like, make sure that, you know, that you are never in the back or in the front. It's like, got it. I thought that I was, like, surrounded by people while we were trying to look for a specific plant. I thought I was surrounded by people. I was not. At one point, I, like, looked around a corner, and when I turned around, there was a zombie running at me, and I was like, oh god! And it took a big chomp out of me, and I had a minor wound for the rest of the session. I was watching Shale and the Sounds. Yeah, that's right. Shale was with us. So if you want to, like, get an idea of what it was like, Shale streams, and so does Red. They were both with us. Did your mushroom flesh affect the zombie? It did not. It did not. But to be fair, they died very fast. To be fair, the only one that didn't die super fast is one that I steered absolutely clear of. They're keeping me from biting my fingers. That's all they are. I didn't hurt my fingers. I just bite them a lot. But yeah, so I got to do a mission for the first time, and that was very fun. And also, I was informed after the session that this was what was going on, but I had a story weave for me started. This is very exciting. There was a little, I know. I was very excited. So after session, I was looking up a bunch of shit because, I won't tell you exactly what happened, but what I will say is that, one of the story weaves, I submitted a bunch of stuff that was like, I'm down for any of this sort of thing to happen, basically. And one of them was that I have a minor flaw that I can see magic, but I can't feel it or use it, right? And I was like, I'm down to go in a direction where Moral never can, and can, like, have something happens that, like, completely cuts them off from magic altogether, and they go, like, full science. I'm also down for, like, weird fucky-wucky magic shit to happen that replaces that flaw. I'm fine for either. And so, yeah, they started a thing that is deciding that, basically.
Sweetie pie.
She ran away. I have some of those fingy thingies in blue. I use them for sewing. I need new ones because they went in the dryer. No! My issue currently is that this doesn't make any sense because my fingers are small, but the biggest size that came in the pack is a little too tight on my thumbs. When will the Jessie and Octo start today? It won't? What? I'm not doing anything with Jessie and Octo today. Jessie teased something on Twitter that happens today. Oh, we recorded a video. The three of us recorded a video together, so it's probably that. But it's not like a stream or anything. So I didn't know that was gonna happen today. I honestly thought it was probably already out. I know. Yeah. We had this session. We had a couple of people. We had a long time running NPC that died. We had a major player character died. and a few different characters benched themselves and are re-rolling. So a lot of overhaul today. It was very sad. It's really sweet because whenever somebody's character dies, everybody, because we do a roundup at the end of every session, so they round everybody up, and they'll inform anybody if someone has died, if their character has died, and then everybody in their little models runs over and hugs them, and it's very cute. So a lot happened. One of the main factions left. I'm really sad that they left. Yeah. I don't know the whole situation, but I know that some of the that faction is disbanded. It doesn't exist anymore, and some of those people I think have left the RP for now for X, Y, or Z reason, and some people have re-rolled. Why are you using an MMO mouse? It's a very small, comfortable mouse for me because I have baby hands. Also, it's really helpful for basically any game that puts things on 1, 2, 3, or 4, which is a lot of them, it turns out. So small? No, it ain't. That's weird. I didn't know I had a roommate. Manda, hey bud. Oh, Monster Prom 2 is in top 5 user reviews for narrative games. I didn't know that. I know I'm late to this. I'm so sorry for the answer you're gonna get. I know I'm late to this, but is there a backlog of Neon Divide episodes? I want to watch from the start, but I haven't found a link. So I was not in season 1. I was not in the first half of season 2, and I didn't record anything from season 2. And season 3, I've been recording episodes, but I haven't been editing them very fast. And a lot of people have said just don't bother editing them. But I feel weird not editing them. I don't know. What kind of abilities does Mushroom U have? My major edge is that I can create 2 major regenerative healing potions, or not potions, but like healing pots just on the fly. I can just make those. So at the start of every session, I spawn them in basically and put them in my backpack and just have them. And if I don't use them, great. They go on my dock. And then one of them I literally have never been able to use. And so I'm gonna be overhauling a couple of things, I think. Like I'm gonna wait to see how this story weave goes. But I'm gonna need to overhaul my edges and flaws anyway. So I'm probably going to swap this one out. But one of them is that I can make a spore cloud that basically does like a paralyze, like a short-term paralyze. It's like a get out of dodge, like an escape sort of ability, but I've never once used it. And the one time that I was going to use it, I went into the menu to try and use it, and it wasn't there. And we realized, like, oh shit, when we added a bunch of stuff to Moral, it got pushed off, which Andre said is something that can happen. So I was like, this is the one time. It's the one time that I've ever gone to use it, and I didn't even use it. So I'm probably going to swap it with something. Because, like, a big part of my RP with this character is that, like, they had to regrow from basically nothing. And so a lot of stuff doesn't, like, work quite right. So I'm fine with being like, I'm the only one that doesn't have a spore cloud. I'm the only mic on it that can't use one. That's fine. But currently it's listed as an edge, even though I do not use it and currently can't use it. And the last one is that my body can be used as a painkiller. So anybody who wants to can, like, well, I establish consent first, but, like, I can offer, like, pieces of my body to people to eat as a painkiller, but it doesn't heal. It just, like, in RP lets them, like, continue on without having to RP that they're in pain, basically. So those are my edges, and I think they need an overhaul. And I'm going to be overhauling my flaws as well. So they've decided that this season is going to be 20 episodes. So we've still got quite a few episodes to go. But we are now in a really dicey place where I'm going to have to, like, make some big decisions about what I'm doing with this character. Because we don't have doctors anymore. We don't have any doctors anymore. We don't have any doctors in the Undercity. There are no doctors. For X, Y, and Z reasons, there are no doctors. My major flaw is I can't go into clinics. But everybody's coming to me now like, you're the doctor. You're the only doctor. And I'm like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to do shit. I have medicine 1, which means I know how to put a fucking bandage on. And that's like it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And everybody's like... So I guess I'm the doctor now, but I can't go in the clinic. It's a mess. So... yeah. So, but, there was, like, a really important role that I had to do that used medicine, and I was really sweating about it. They were like, this is gonna be a really hard role, and I was like, I only have medicine 1. And they were like, I mean, you're the... You're the only person who can do this right now in town. And I was like, I hate that. And I got a dirty 20 on it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was buzzing off of that. I'm very happy. It's that Moral was grown in a lab, and has a lot of, like, unresolved trauma around medical equipment, and in clinics has, like, the creeping thought that they're gonna get trapped there. So I can't go in. It's my major flaw, which means your major flaw is meant to be something that can get you killed. So yeah, I won't go into places with medical equipment in them, and I will not enter clinics at all. So hi, Lumen. I've only put up a couple episodes. We're on episode, what, 13 or something? Is it possible to overcome flaws in Neon Divide? Yes. You can go to the DMs and be like, hey, this situation has happened, or like, I'm pursuing this. For me, it's like, if I'm gonna get rid of a flaw, the way that I got rid of that flaw has to create a new flaw. That's kind of my feelings on it. So I'm currently, like, depending on how this story weave goes and what happens with my can't do magic flaw, like, I need this situation to replace that flaw with something else. But I'm also now going, okay, well, Moral spent this whole season meeting all of the doctors, and has come to trust some of the doctors, and is making medicine for like 3 maps. Like, can that RP wise, can I go to the DMs like at the end of the season? I think the end of the season is fair. At the end of the season, and be like, I've made a lot of strides with this major flaw. I'd like to adjust it to a minor flaw, right? And have it be something like, you know, it doesn't go away overnight, but it's getting better. You know, they don't feel as uncomfortable anymore. And Sketchu has a D20 built in to the model, which I would love to do. And basically be like, I make a roll, right? If it's a 1 to 10, I literally, like the Simpsons meme, I walk in and immediately walk out. Like, not today. This is not a clinic day. This isn't a day I can be in here. But if the roll is 11 to 20, then I can be in there. I think that would potentially be a good, like, way to still acknowledge that flaw, but not have it be as bad as it is currently, you know? But like, do I now start? I mean, people can also join as new characters, right? Like, potentially somebody can be like, I want to be the new Undercity Doctor. Great. But I'm kind of like, in the meantime, do I need to plan on, when we hit episode 16, which is when I get my next level, do I need to plan on taking another level in medicine instead, and not getting botany 4? I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. I will take whatever makes the most sense for Moral and what Moral's doing. So, a lot of stuff to think about. Let's do a different sawang. Hard to balance meta and character, for sure. Because, like, you know, there are things that, like, I would love to do as a player, but I'm kind of like, would Moral do that, though? Moral, this whole season, I've tried to, like, really establish them as being, like, all in on helping the community, right? This is, like, the only home they've ever had. These people are, like, you know, the first friends and family they've ever had in their life, and they want to take care of everybody as much as possible, right? And the best way to do that currently has been, like, make sure people are being fed and make sure that people have medicine. And now it's like, there isn't a doctor. We don't have a doctor now. So do I kind of not, it wouldn't be a heel turn. It would be like kind of a natural progression of things. But like, does Moral start like studying medicine more, I guess? I don't know. A heel turn, HEAL. That's very good. Can you run the clinic from the coffee shop? I have talked about that. Yeah, just being like, I'm just gonna start advertising that I have medicine. If you need medicine, just come to the cafe, right? But I also feel like we have, you know, an emergency medical radio, and I'm like, no one's gonna be on that anymore. I should probably be on that. Oh my god. It's a lot. Does ADR count as an undercity medic? You know, yes, but that's hard. From Moral's perspective, no, because it's Avalon. But they do exist. It's that Avalon is like, Moral has a lot of like really petty feelings toward Avalon, and they charge people a lot of money to get treated. So it's that clinic existing. It's like, it's good it exists, but from their perspective, we still don't have a doctor that's going to just help people because they care about helping people, if that makes sense. But anyway, figure it out. We'll figure it out. I think it would be really fun if Moral learned how to do like surgery and stuff from the Cactus Girls, because they are very like scrappy medics. If Moral was like, well, I'm friends with the Cactus Girls and they do surgery. Maybe I could learn doctor stuff from them. I would find that hilarious as the player. Copied a page from Dodger's book. I emptied and cleaned the entire fridge and freezer for my scary hour. Oh, dang! This Valentine goes to everyone who's putting a thing off. You can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect or completely done. Even if you do a portion, you'll feel better afterwards. Lots of love. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad it helped you.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
I'm gonna crash later. Final thoughts on Reunion overall. Out of character and in character, I don't know anything about Reunion. I have no thoughts. My head is empty. I know that a lot was going on with them, but I don't know much. I try to know as little as possible about things that don't pertain to moral. Because it keeps me from metagaming. It keeps me from like making decisions based on things that moral wouldn't know anything about. Does that make sense? Because if I knew more about Reunion, I think probably it would create a situation where out of character, like meta-wise, I probably wouldn't ever want to go to the row. But like, because I know in and out of character so little about that stuff and what was going on, and like, it made it a lot easier for me as a character to be like, well, I have a bunch of friends that work there and they're still doing okay. You know, it's dangerous there sometimes, but it's not any different in Undercity. You know, I could potentially be there when it's dangerous. I could potentially be in Undercity when it's dangerous. It's, you know, if I need to go to the row, then I need to go to the row, whatever. But if I knew the extent of like, or the types of things that were happening there and like, who was involved and all of that sort of stuff, I think that would have made it a bit harder to interact with people honestly and stuff like that. Whereas stuff that's going on in Undercity, I know like way more than I should about, say, like Esperine, who runs the Coven. I know a lot about Esperine, despite the fact that Moral doesn't know really anything about Esperine. But I've interacted with that character enough in the actual game that it's kind of easy. This might seem weird, but it's kind of easy for me to revert back to like, I know this other stuff, but I can compartmentalize that because I interact with this character nearly every session. And so it's easy for me to just default back to, how do I normally interact with them? I do that, right? Like, I don't have a reason to interact with them differently, so I will interact with them the way that I already have. Whereas it would be difficult to interact with a new character that I knew a lot of stuff about and have it be genuine. Maybe that's a better way to, like, explain it. What fuck? Guys, out of every character that I've ever RP'd with, Hadwin is fucking cool. What a fucking cool character. He was so fun to RP with. I literally messaged after the session was over being like, I'm so glad I came. Thank you so much for bringing me along with that. You were awesome to RP with. It was really, really cool. Like, what a neat character. What's the significance of the Oregon license plate? It's my Oregon license plate. Cool Drifloon tank top. Thank you. It's an old Omocat one. Yeah, it's one of the reasons. It's also one of the reasons that I don't go into the community Discord very often anymore. Because it's really hard to not just like know way too much when you're in there. And I think that might be one of the reasons that a lot of players left the community Discord is because of that. Like letting community opinion and stuff affect the way that you RP your character, or the way that you interact with other characters. It's easier to just like, how did Moral's adventure turn out? Really good. I got chomped by a zombie. I didn't die. I got to like quick fire improv RP about mushrooms and botany. It was very fun. But I took a minor wound. I can only be healed by magic, or I have to regenerate, so I'm just regenerating. And later on in the session, I just... because I RP'd that one of my arms got chomped. I have 4 arms, this character. I RP'd that one of my arms got chomped. And then later, we were trying to lure something out, and I was like, just rip the arm off. Just rip the whole thing off. We'll just use it as a lure. So that's what we did. So I currently have 3 arms. I will have 3 arms for the next, like, couple of sessions, I think. Do you feel pain? Yes. But it's not... The myconids don't have, like, blood or anything. Or, like, internal organs, really. We run on magic. Why do we work? Who fucking knows? So... like, it's not a big deal to cut bits of them off. It does hurt, but it doesn't create, like, a situation where something could potentially get worse or anything like that, you know? Yeah, because of reasons. It's like the cactuses. The cactuses have, like, have a core, and you can get rid of anything else and they're fine. They'll just grow it back. Yeah, it's like a spark of pain when the thing is cut off. But otherwise it's fine. I RP'd that it was hurting because it was chomped by an undead thing. And the necropolis has acid in it, and the mushrooms are susceptible to acid. It keeps them from regenerating at all. So, I RP'd that it hurt for a lot longer than it should have, like, given a better situation, so. If Moral's next to kick the bucket, do you have a new character ready? I don't want to think about it. I pretend I do not see. I have thought about what I would play. Yeah. It would be an Upper City character. Or would it? I adore the Undercity. It's such a mess. I love it so much. It would really break my heart to leave the Undercity. But I literally, unless someone kidnaps me, I'm not going to the Upper City as Moral ever. I may never see this map. So how long have you played Moral? Half of season 2 and all of season 3 so far. At the very least, an Undercity character that's more worldly or knowledgeable. I mean, I would I wouldn't do a character that what am I trying to say? I wouldn't do a character that had a built-in reason to never ever work with a corp. You know, it is very limiting in this RP to be the sort of person who's like, fuck corporations, I'm not working with them. The individuals who work at them can potentially be nice. I will be nice to them, but I'm not working with corps. And that's moral. So it does like limit you quite a bit. Do they hate mushrooms in the upper city? No, but Avalon has done lots of experiments on the myconids, and Avalon grew Moral, and they're one of the major corporations. So Moral will not go up there. Would you stay non-combat? If I rolled a new character? No, I would 100% be a combat character. Yeah. Nomad came in with the new character, John Divide. The big reveal was the big reveal was that John has been in the Undercity for an entire year and just no one's ever noticed him. Impeccable. Sensational. I was like, excuse me? So that was pretty funny. He just lived in his apartment and never came out. Yeah, he just hunkered down, dude. But he's gonna be the Undercity therapist. I don't know if he streamed last night, but if he did, he had a whole conversation with Moral where Moral was like, oh, well, buckle up, bitch. Arnar, thank you for all the gifted subs. Thank you. 20. Goodness gracious. If you're gifted a sub by Arnar or anybody else today, please double check who it was. Take the time to say thank you. It's very sweet. Thank you so much, Arnar. I know. A lot of giftarooskies. So yesterday we did an early stream, and then I said I was gonna go and see my old lovely friend Angie Viper, for any of you who know who that is. And so we met in Oxford, which is a little over 2 hours from me. And I've never been to Oxford. We were basically trying to figure out like what's a midpoint for us that we could go to where, you know, there's stuff that we would like to see, basically. And I was like, I've never been to Oxford. She was like, me neither. So we met up at a church meadow. What was the name of it? Because it was really pretty. You should totally go here if you live near Oxford. Christchurch Meadow. It was beautiful. So we met up there, and it was awesome to see her. Oh my god. It was great. She's been here for about a week now, and she was like, yep, I just came up with like 2 things to do every day, because fuck no am I going home and feeling like I did not utilize my time here. So it's just been like go the entire time. But it was really nice. We like took a walk through the meadow and along the water. And then originally she had said like, I really want to do afternoon tea somewhere. I still haven't done that. And I had seen that in Oxford there was like a tour that you could do where you basically sit on a boat and they give you afternoon tea and then give you a tour of Oxford. And I was like, oh, that would be so fun, but it was sold out. And so we were like, where could we go? Let's just like see if there's a place nearby that has good reviews that does afternoon tea. And we found one. And let me just like set the scene for you, okay? So Angie is looking beautiful. Her hair is dyed purple. She has a cute witch hat on. She has like a really pretty dress. And then her friend that came with had a t-shirt that was a Junji Ito / Looney Tunes crossover. So it's a Junji Ito like eyeball face that said, that's all folks. And then I was wearing my Be Gay Do Crime skeleton shirt, right? So we were like the weird entourage for a goddess, basically, is what it looked like. So the 3 of us go to this place for afternoon tea. We walk in, and it's like an awesome looking place. Like, it looks amazing. Every single person that was in there was dressed nicely. And we were like, yep, okay. So we all went and sat down. Yeah, Angie 100% looked like she belonged there, and we were just gremlins. And basically the second we sat down, Angie was like, I need to pee so bad, I'll be right back. And we were just looking at each other like, ready to just lean back and vibe. Just be like, yes, we did come here for afternoon tea. Absolutely we did. Yeah, it was very fun. And the food was amazing. In fact, let me look up that place as well. I think it was called the Ivy. The Ivy Oxford Brasserie. The food was awesome. The tea was delicious. It was very good. We went hard. You were familiars. It was very cute because this was the sort of place which I do not have experience with. This was the sort of place where we walked in and they were like, do you want to check anything before you go in? Like, do you want to check any coats or hats or anything? And the guy said, we can take your adorable witch hat. And Angie was like, you know what? That would be lovely. And so, like, got the little ticket and whatever. And we went and sat down. And when we were leaving, we were like, remember to get your hat. Remember to get your hat, you know? So, as we're leaving, the guy immediately grabs the hat. Like, the second he sees us, he remembers us, immediately grabs the hat and hands it to her and was like, I need you to know that every single person who came through here was like, that's a fucking cute hat. I want that hat. And she was like, oh, thank you. Which I think is adorable. Them checking this like really cute little witch hat and every person coming into this like fancy afternoon tea / British food place was like, witch hat? I want one. Adorable. But yeah, it was great. It was great. We literally just like went for a walk, had tea, hung out, had lots of time to catch up. And it was great. And it sounds like she's had like an amazing trip, so. No, everybody, no, yeah. Let me establish. The people at the front were so nice to us. When we sat down, the people who were like our wait staff or whatever were so nice. They did not treat us any differently based on what we were wearing at all. So. Hi, Brett. How are you, bud? Work. Figured I'd lurk. Aw, thanks, bud. I'm honored to be a place that a friend would lurk at. Summer was in here a few minutes ago and was like, I'm here to give a smooch and then leave. I'm going to bed. It's like, thank God. Sounds like there wasn't a dress code, but people just like to dress up to go there. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes... I think it's very normal to sometimes choose where you eat kind of based on where you subconsciously feel like you should be. Does that make sense? Like, you might see a really fancy place and they don't technically have a dress code, but part of your brain might be like, maybe not this place, because you get the feeling that you're not gonna mesh well with what's already going on in there. So it was kind of funny absolutely. It was very funny to go to this place that we just like found. I literally just Googled like afternoon tea near me, and this place came up and we looked at the menu and we were like, okay, it's a little pricey, but like, we're friends hanging, right? We haven't seen each other in forever. Let's like treat ourselves. We want afternoon tea. Let's just do it. And yeah, it was very funny. The table that was next to us had 4, I want to say like middle-aged people who were sitting there, and the entire time that they were already sitting when we got there. The entire time we were there, constant drink orders. I don't know how many fancy cocktails went to that table, but it was a lot. It was more than 10. And Angie and I were like, their volume level never changed. They continued to talk as though they hadn't had a drink yet the entire time. It was fascinating. And they were still there when we left. They were just having a great afternoon. Angie was like, that's my goal. My goal is to get to a place where like I am in a good enough situation where I can just like get day drunk somewhere if I want to. Like just hang out with buds, have like 18 drinks and then go home and have there be no repercussions. It was very funny. Sounds like professionals. Sometimes I do think about, so my mom was a court reporter for years and years and years. The law world, the world of law, is very big on my mom's side of the family. And so both my mom and her sister were court reporters for years and worked for a variety of different judges and lawyers. And my mom said that when she was younger in like working in that environment. She said like it was insane. They would work up to a certain point in the day and then they would be like, let's go get a drink and just go get drunk. And that was the work day. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, that was their job. That's what they did. That's what they did. And sometimes I think to myself, I wonder if that's what they still do. I'm very curious. Any of you who work in law, you do not have to confirm or deny that that's what it's like now. I'm not putting you on the spot like that. I'm just saying situations like watching a bunch of like cute older ladies chug a bunch of drinks and still have a pleasant normal conversation with each other makes me think about my mom saying that. Did you hear that? So it heard me say, you do not have to confirm or deny. And then it brought up the Glomar response. And it said, the Glomar response, also known as glomarization or Glomar denial, refers to a response to a request for information that will neither confirm nor deny the existence of the information you're seeking. So I guess now we know that. Cool. Yeah, so now we know that, I guess. I don't know if occasionally I say words that sound like Google and it goes yes, and just whatever I say next, it tries to like help me out with that. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because the number of times that it's just like, yeah, I got that for you, and I'm going, huh? What? I mean, I told it I wanted to listen to me. I said that I wanted that. I turned it off on my last phone. And it was to the point where I literally couldn't get it to work ever, even if I wanted to. But I don't know, it's kind of fun. It's fun sometimes. What happened to your fingy? I bite my fingers a lot. I bite them a lot. I've realized I have a minor version of what's called dermatillomania, which is a really common compulsive disorder where you just bite skin a lot. You might bite the edges of your fingers or your lips, or it might be a bit more extreme than that. But those are like the really common ones. And I realized that I've been biting my fingers my entire life. So I decided to try and do something about it to stop myself from doing it as often. So. I was just doing that. Yeah, I mean, like, whatever the original, like, it tends to be something that has like a trigger, right? I would say that mine tends to be anxiety that makes me like do it a lot. But if I've done it a lot, then I will continue to do it because it's all irritated. And like part of my brain is like, if I keep doing it, I'll eventually fix it somehow, which doesn't make any sense. So this is an old instant coffee glass, but I got a bunch of these things, a bunch of these little thingies, and they're little finger crocs. And if I have a finger that I've like that is hurting or that is like in kind of a bad way, then I put a finger croc on it, and then I can't bite it, but I still have access to my nails. So I can still like use my nails for things, which is nice. Is that I think I need it? If you look up finger covers, they come up. Some people use them. Somebody said that they got them these exact things for sewing. The like promo pictures show somebody playing guitar, but yeah, so they leave your cuticle bed and your nail open and free to the wind, and they've got like a nice texture on the bottom, so if you like if you still want to be like touching them somehow, there's like a nice texture to feel, you know. I just found mine on Amazon, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I will tell you, if you have smaller hands like I do, the smaller sizes of them, this is the biggest one that comes in like the small size, and it's a little tight on my thumb. So probably the next size up is what I would need for my thumb. So yeah. Do they work on touchscreens? No, they don't. If you like really go hard on it, they will, but they don't generally work on touchscreens at all. What are my plans this weekend? Well, this morning, I did Neon Divide until 6 a.m. and then was immediately with my kid and took my kid to Spanish class, and now she's at the zoo with her dad. Great. So my plans for the rest of today after this stream are to sleep and take a shower. Yeah, that's it. Plans tomorrow, I don't have any. Right? I think sleeping and showering are gonna really, that's gonna be it. I like your Driftloon shirt. Thank you. We've had it for years. It's from there's a store called Japan LA, and they did like a crossover event where they had a bunch of artists make designs for shirts and things that had to do with Pokemon. So I got a couple different ones that were Omocat's line, and this one is still the best one. It's so good. Yeah, Clarkito's Spanish class. And she loves it. It's so cute. Yes, this is a playlist called Video Game Study Lounge, and it's like kind of chill video game music, basically. It's a Game Chops list that you can find. It's a public playlist on Spotify. It's really fun. It's really fun because the teacher only speaks to them in Spanish, and it is fascinating to watch like a group of kids just figure out what the person is asking them or what they want them to do based on like context, you know? It's really cool. It's really fun to watch. And Clark gets so into it. Ooh. Makes me think of the guy who teaches English to Japanese kids on TikTok. Oh, I know exactly who you mean, yeah. I feel so bad for that guy. His comment section is always a dumpster fire. Hello! Any particular reason for Spanish? There's just a lovely person teaching Spanish classes that's near us, and one of the other cousins was interested in it, so they're doing Spanish. Is that a new bookshelf? It's cool. This one? It's been there for a bit. Yeah, but thank you. I like it. Have we done the Wordle? We have not. Should I attempt the Wordle? Let's go. I learned German watching dubbed anime when I was little. That's fun. I know a lot of people who learned a language, or at least like the whole base of a language that they wound up learning fluently from watching TV. It's fascinating. Hmm. Not in the word list. I learned 0 Spanish from Dora. Good to know. Oh, jeez. Don't do the dubs versus subs discourse in here. It's very silly. Let people enjoy media. Doesn't matter if it's subbed or dubbed. I'll come back to it. Look, have I watched some things with the dubbed voices and been like, oof, I definitely prefer the Japanese voices? Yeah, of course. But I think that there's a myriad of reasons for somebody to watch something dubbed instead of subbed. Like, they get to enjoy it. They get to enjoy the show or the game or whatever. Like... Most of the Disney movies and DuckTales and such I saw with Icelandic dubbing, and to be honest, I prefer our Genie and Aladdin, for example. Yeah, absolutely. Subbed or dubbed is fine, but I hate when they deliberately change context and translation. Yeah, but that's not the viewer's fault, right? Like... And I do think that a lot of that sort of thing has gotten better over time. I think that we don't have as much stuff that, like, completely changes the intention of a scene or a story. You know, I don't think that that happens as often anymore. I love jelly donuts. Oh my god. Jokes are likely some of the hardest things to translate, so to speak. Yeah. I do think from watching people who do like translations and stuff, I always find that sort of thing really interesting when they've chosen to translate something in a certain way and other translators of that language will be like, that is not how I would have done that. Here's probably why they did it that way, but you know, we've lost a lot of the nuance because like this in context like culturally means this, you know, like just there's all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah, we're no longer in the world of fan subs when they could just put notes everywhere. You know, where I can watch One Piece and hear them all call each other nakama, and there's notes everywhere about like the importance of that word and what it means and like why they're not bothering to translate it because there isn't a direct translation. You know, like it's just not the way that like the I'm trying to think of how to put it. The major production way of doing stuff is they won't put notes like that, you know? Any tips for somebody about to try Final Fantasy XIV after watching you get into it? Take your time. The start of the story is the slowest and the most info dumpy. So some people have trouble with the beginning of the game story-wise, but the story gets so good. Please just push through. Please push through. There's a lot of content, so you can do it at whatever pace you like. There's all kinds of people who just started playing the game and are also like just kind of leisurely making their way through the game. So don't worry about that too much. You're not like on an island by yourself. You're not the only one doing that. You can be any class on one character. So if you start doing a thing and you're like, I'm not really vibing with this, you don't have to make a whole new character. You can literally just heal turn into something else. Let's see what else. People are very helpful in the game. I think there are a lot of people who really just want to help if you're in a dungeon for the first time, and you think it would be nice for the other people in the dungeon to know that it's your first time. They'll probably take it much slower and like help you out with mechanics and stuff if you want them. So yeah. When about is the turning point? A lot of people feel the turning point is Heaven's Word. With the first expansion is when stuff starts to do this. Wasn't ARR streamlined not that long ago? Yes, but from what I've heard from people playing the streamlined content, it is still very slow. But yes, a lot of the like excess stuff has just been chucked out. My husband just recently got into it while I was abroad visiting my family, and today he left for his D&D session and left me farming stuff. I believe I deserve a prize as wife of this man. You do. You do deserve a prize for farming stuff for an MMO that your husband is playing. Yes, that's a good point. Jesse Cox has done a really in-depth video that explains the lore really well. So if you get through everything and you're like, I'm still really confused about shit. You can watch Jesse's video. Farming is honest work. I'm thinking about like cutting this one just a little bit. It's just a little bit tight. I just wish the thumbs are the ones that I bite the most. So if the thumb ones don't fit, that's a problem, right? So I'm like, do I find something that I can put this on to like try to stretch it out? Or do I make like a couple little cuts to try and open it up a bit? I don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna try it. Hot water, perhaps? That's not a bad idea. Okay. Made 2 little slits in it. We'll see if that helps. That does feel better. That does feel better. That helped a lot. Great. Look at that. What is the big black thing to your right? My partner and I can't stop debating. This? Before I answer this, don't answer them, chat. Before I answer this, what do you think it is? Because I'm very curious. It's Pikachu! We've guessed a cover for a graphics tablet or a small cot. Oh, interesting. It's a puzzle board for jigsaw puzzles. It's nice because I can open it up, do a puzzle, close it up, and it pretty much keeps everything where it was and put it somewhere else. And it keeps it away from like Clarky and the cats and stuff. Not to preserve them, just like if you're not the sort of person that can just leave the puzzle out, again, because you have a toddler or cats or something, it lets you just like put it away basically. Ravergator, welcome to the cat gang. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, if you, oh my god, if you know somebody, mine is pretty big. It doesn't have to be this big, but I like this one because it's the right size for up to like 1,500 piece puzzles. It'll generally hold anything up to a 1,500 piece. But it doesn't have to be this big. If you know somebody who loves doing jigsaw puzzles, highly recommend. It's great. Will it hold the place of the puzzles, or do you have to keep it horizontal? It'll generally hold everything in place, yeah. It comes with, so it's like a big mat with felt, so the pieces don't move around really. And then it has two sort of felt pieces that are on their own, that are also boards, so they're also sturdy. And so what you can do is you can like work on it, and then the two that are kind of independent, you can place those on top and then close the whole thing, and it pretty much just keeps everything where it is. Mine has one in there instead of two of the independent ones, because the other one I've given to Clarky, and we use it for all of Clarky's puzzles. Highly recommend. I've never used the ones that roll up. The roll up ones make me nervous for some reason. I feel like stuff probably shifts around a lot with those, but maybe not. What puzzle are you currently working on? Clarky and I were working on this one, which I've done before. This is a 500-piece puzzle, so it's pretty straightforward. And Clark really wanted to do it. And we started doing it, and then she immediately got bored. So we got like, I don't know, 20 pieces into doing the border, and she was like, actually, I'm done. I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, all right. Do you have kid board games that you recommend? Ooh! I don't know what age your kid is. I will show you a couple of things that we have gotten Clarky. One moment. Things that I recommend. We've gotten her a couple other ones that she hasn't liked as much, but these two have done really well. So this one was recommended by somebody who I believe either works at a game store or at a bookstore. One of you guys recommended this one. It's called The Muddles. And Clarky was able to figure out how to play this game at 3 years old. And really liked it. And basically, it's a game about creating weird creatures. So you have a bunch of like normal creatures, cows, bees, frogs, pigs, right? And you combine them with other things. So let's do a pig and a frog. Say that you wind up with a pig and a frog. You can look at those and you can say, oh, there's a combination there that you can do to get what's called a pog. And then you're able to get one of these. And the bottom shows you how many points you get for getting that one. This game is very cute and really straightforward. And Clarky has legitimately beaten Sam and I at playing it before. Because some of it is luck, just like what cards do you get? A lot of it is luck. But this game, very fun, very cute. And then this one, I think, is gonna, like, if we continue to play it, it's gonna be interesting for a while. Little Red Riding Hood, logic game. The pieces are not in here right now because Clark decided to take all of the pieces out and put them in her suitcase to take with her on a pretend airplane trip. So that's a thing. But basically, it comes with a little book that I did find. It comes with a little book, and depending on like the like how difficult your kid wants to be doing these puzzles, it comes with all of these different pieces, and the goal is you set it up without the roads. So you have a book that has a bunch of different, and there's a wolf side and a Red Riding Hood side. The Red Riding Hood side is all puzzles that only have Red Riding Hood. The wolf side is puzzles that also have the wolf. And you set things up depending on, so this is the very first one. So it says, set it up like this. Okay, so you would set up the board like this. And then you give your kid all of the roads. And you say, how does Little Red Riding Hood get to the house? And they have to figure out which road piece will get Little Red Riding Hood to the house. Right? Yeah, there is a Three Little Pigs version as well. So they get more complex. So this one you'll see says starter. But they go all the way up to master, baby. And they still look simple, but with the pieces necessary. Basically, whatever puzzle this is, the way to do it is on the other side. So the solution is always on the back of the setup. And obviously, if you do the wolf side, those ones get a bit wacky too, because the idea on the wolf side is you need to get Little Red Riding Hood to the house and the wolf to the house, but they cannot intersect. So you have to use the road pieces to figure out, how does the wolf get there? How does Little Red Riding Hood get there? And how are those like separate things, right? It's very cool. It's really, really neat. Some of the harder ones are even hard for me. I was going, how do I get, what the fuck? This is hard. So this is fun. This company in general, if you're looking for like games that are more like logic based or STEM based sort of games, they make a ton of shit. So but yeah, those are the two that Clark has been really enjoying currently. Yeah, because you know me. I'm like, well, I really want to get her stuff that like teaches her something specific, you know? I don't think that that's necessary, to be honest. My sister-in-law got her Hungry Hungry Hippos, except instead of hippos, they're unicorns, and that's been a banger. My kid has also been super into that, so you know. But like, those are games that make her like, she has to like learn. She has to problem solve a little bit. The Red Riding Hood one definitely more than the other one, but they're both like, they both like stretch her brain a bit, which I like. Uni unicorns. Yeah, it's hungry unicorns, but it should have been uni unicorns because that's funny. Yeah, they've got they split it all up by like age range, if I recall correctly when you go on the website. So I mean they've got like logic and math and science sort of games, like up to a pretty high age. Man, that food was very good. How do your cats not mess up your room like that? My room's already messed up. They don't have to do much. They don't have to do much in here. In fact, if they did something in here, I probably wouldn't notice, so. Nah, because Clarky can also clean up. So, like, yeah, she makes a mess, but typically if I say, like, you made the mess, you clean it up, please, she'll do it. And obviously if she asks for help, I'll always help her. Yeah, Watson's doing okay. No UTI, so that's good. Keep a messy room to avoid new messes. I don't want a messy room. This is just where I am. But my mommy is visiting on Tuesday with my sister, so I'll have to kick my ass in gear. I know! I'm very excited. Double check that everything's chill with my family. Yep. I'm starving though. But I started half an hour late. So I'm here, baby. I'm here. You gonna take a few days off when they visit? I'm definitely taking Tuesday off to like pick them up and everything. What I might wind up doing is like shorter streams for some of the days and things. Ah. Yeah, next Tuesday. When did I get new tattoos? A few years ago? 3 years ago? I got all of this done at the same time. All of that was done same day. It was cool. I don't think that I would do two people tattooing me at the same time again. It's fun to be able to say that I did that, but I don't think I would want two people to be tattooing me again at the same time. That was a lot. I eat? You know what I've been really into lately? I think I already talked about this on stream, but it's fine. We still have so much spicy ramen that we haven't eaten. I've been putting like a huge dollop of peanut butter in the ramen broth when I make spicy ramen. It's a game changer. It's so good. Holy shit. I tried the peanut butter thing the other day. It was so tasty and it smelled so nice. It was great. Yeah. I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, that's right. We talked about it on Super Cousin Time. That's why. Yeah. Big dollop of peanut butter and a bunch of like freshly minced ginger. Not ginger. Garlic. And everything else the same, really. Most of the time I don't add anything other than that. It's great. That's been so great. Yeah, it basically turns the broth into like a spicy peanut sauce. Fantastic. If you are a lucky blessed person and you have crunchy peanut butter in your house, I bet that that's amazing. I bet the like texture difference of like getting little crunches of peanut sometimes is amazing. Both my daughter and my husband will only eat creamy peanut butter because they're heathens, so it's fine. I deal with it. I know, crunchy's so good. I hate peanut butter texture. I love the flavor, but it's so thick. Maybe you would if you like ramen, I guess is the first barrier to entry. But maybe you would like putting some peanut butter in broth because it's not thick at all. It's just the flavor of the peanut butter in the broth. It doesn't add any thickness or anything. I think you should have fish and chips. Why? Sushi. Oh, I want sushi. I want sushi so bad. I need to go on a date. I need to put on something fancy. Put something fancy on my husband. And get sushi somewhere. Fancy as in not sweatpants? Fancy as in like a nice shirt and nice trousers. I know, that's what Sam said. Sam was like, oh my god, we could go to a movie. If your mom and your sister are in town, holy shit. We could go do something. I was like, I know, we could. I agree. Yeah, the jacket with the like floral tie, it looked very nice on him. I agree. Sonic 2 is out. That is true. And it's got good reviews. I want to dress up and go somewhere today so bad, but everyone is busy. I was watching somebody who was talking about how they're like a farmer, but they wear dresses every single day. And they were like, yeah, you know, people will be like, that's such a nice dress. Why do you want to wear it while you're farming? And she was like, well, I farm every day. And like, isn't it, I like these clothes, so why not use these clothes for the stuff that I do every day so that I feel pretty every day? And I was like, I like that outlook. I think that's very cute. Yeah, she was like, I like to think that my dresses want to be worn. They want to be part of my daily life. So like, yeah, why not wear them? There's nothing wrong with farming in a dress. It's the like assumption that if you're gonna do dirty work, you wear your dirty working clothes, right? But you don't have to. You can wear a very pretty dress while you're doing, you know, dirty stuff on a farm. That's fine. Drinking in dresses is much more cottagecore. That's also true. That's very true. I don't feel comfortable in dresses. Me neither. I've never liked dresses very much. Well, that's not true. When I was really little, I liked them. But as an adult, I don't enjoy being in dresses very much. And that's also fine. I used to hate dresses, but now I'm all for picking out one tube of fabric to wear instead of trying to match two things. Yeah, that's a vibe. I think if I could find more, like, kind of flowy rompers that I felt comfy in, I would wear a lot of those. Like, if I could find ones that I thought looked nice on me, I think I would wear a lot of those. But it is really hard to find ones that fit me properly. Did we do this friendship jail? I don't think we did, right? Crazy noises happening outside. Yeah, I don't think we did it. Cool, cool. We had a Valentine an hour ago that we read, but I'll read it again. Sachi said, I copied a page from Dodger's book. I emptied and cleaned the entire fridge and the freezer for my scary hour. This Valentine's goes to everyone who's putting a thing off. You can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect or completely done. Even if you do a portion, you will feel better afterwards. Lots of love. I'm opening up Raid Leader in case anybody would like to suggest someone to raid. And let's see what we got on our activity feed. After this, I'm gonna eat a quick thing, take a shower, and then sleep until my family gets home. I'm very excited. Avi, thank you for gifting a sub to Purbot. I appreciate that. Talua, thank you for the 6 months. I am Spellbound for the 18. Magic Maddie for the 55. Crick Bell for the 32. Michaelanio for the 51. Joss for the 27. Such Kitty Much Meow for the 68. Theonis for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much for the 1 year of support. I appreciate it very, very much. Carbonite Cream, thank you for the 7. Dr. Jazzfist for the 56. Silent Matt for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much for the support and the love. I appreciate it. Gentle Godfather, thank you for the 15. Leisure Wave for the 52. Jumbo Crunchies for the 21. Duncor for the 91. Stay Ashy for the 64. Rudy Patootie for the 17. Court and Justice for gifting a sub. 92 Lucas for the 27. Nahedi for the 17. Melda Iron Can for the 55. Dave for the 32. Arthritic Eyeballs for the 70. Arnar for all the gifted subs earlier. Thank you very much, Arnar. Crumbling Biscuit for the 56. Citro for the 77. Stompa for the 44. Call Me Fletch for the 14. Teviston for the 46. Starfleet Skater for the 29. Ravergator for the 44. Grimsteel Reaper for the 61. Suki for the 16. Companda for the 17. And Curly for the 62. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me for Saturday morning dooger. I appreciate it. Joy Aileen, wholesome cozy streamer who's playing The Sims 4. Let's go check them. Wonderful. All right, we're gonna raid them. I'm gonna go eat. Is there anything else that I wanted to say before I left? I don't think so. Tonight there's nothing going on, as far as I know. Tomorrow is Godforged. So our next normal stream will be on Monday. Okay? Wonderful. Thank you all very much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.